freight train, flying like an aeroplane, feeling like space trade one more time tonight. What's up, YouTube? Welcome back. You are at the Truckin journey. Sheen and drinking gasoline, and honey, you can make my motor run. We got any GNR fans out there watching this on the replay? I don't smoke anymore, but this is classic rock and roll. Always love that part. Can make my money tonight. Wake up late and honey, put on your clothes and take your credit card to the liquor store. And that's one for you and two for me, but tonight, loaded like a freight train, flying like an aeroplane, feeling like a space train one more time tonight. Man, for you young kids that don't know, in 1987, Guns N' Roses came out with their debut album. Ended up being like the greatest selling debut album in the history of music. It was Guns N' Roses with Appetite for Destruction. They first released It's So Easy, then Welcome to the Jungle, and then once Sweet Child of Mine came out, they were mainstream then. All kind of people that weren't even into rock and roll were digging it. And it was so aggressive. And then it ended on a very sweet note with Rocket Queen. If anybody's got anything to say about Appetite for Destruction, you can let me know. But we're going to leave Axel and Slash. Let's see, is there anything else I need? I may want my vape. But that's what the album cover looks like. Well, we're going to take a walk, because I have not been all that mobile these last few weeks. I've gained some weight back, so I mean not a whole lot, but more than I wanted to. We got a sunset coming down in Texas. I had 2 hours of clock when I shut down, which is not like me, but I'm in Baytown. It's like 6 o'clock coming into Houston, and you know, I went ahead and shut down now instead of battling all that Houston traffic right in the middle of rush hour and all that. But I got my tripod. We're gonna. I am parked at a Love's, and I will check your comments in a minute. I'm just surrounded by all these trucks right now. I wanna find a cool spot and we will sit down. Oh, I just got a text. Is my audio low? Tell you what. Thanks, Kentucky, for doing that. I put this lapel mic. Here, y'all give me a sec. Let me get set up. I appreciate your patience. Hey, but while you're waiting on me to get this set up, for anybody that has ever considered themselves any kind of superhero fan, whether you probably say you're a Marvel guy and not DC, but if you're, a comic book reader, or, watch the Justice League when you were growing up like I did, the Snyder Cut is one of the most epic films I've ever seen. It was great. I'm supposed to be... All right. Hopefully our audio will be a little better now. We will just... clip that on, put this on, and how about that? Does that look a little better? Sound a little better? I'm more mobile anyway. Why did the trucker cross the parking lot? Get back to his truck, I reckon. And, there's things to do around here, but it is very easy just to stay in the truck, or go in and shower, or get fast food. I probably will take a shower while I'm here. I'm at the second day, third day. I remember one time, it's been a couple years ago, there was a live video done right here with me, a guy named Jim Dunn, and another YouTuber. Older guy. I can't believe I'm forgetting his name. I didn't know him before that day, and I hadn't seen him since that day or talked to him that day, so that don't make me too, that looks pretty freaking cool right there. Somebody want to take a screenshot of this? Tony Truman, what's up, man? But if at this Love's, like honestly, the majority of the Love's, there is a McDonald's, but I'm not getting it today. I got a ribeye in the refrigerator, but I'm really not hungry right now. I probably won't cook a ribeye tonight. Maybe do that tomorrow. I believe I've got a reset on the road in my future. Again, my last reset was pretty cool. My buddy Rosso came and picked me up in San Antonio, and I could probably do that again. Only thing, Rosso's out of town. Him and his wife are going to one of his cousins or something is getting married in Atlanta, so they'll be there all weekend. And I'm gonna fall not very short. I mean, I'm more than likely gonna get a load out of Laredo. But it takes about 22 hours to make it back to Greer. And I've got 19 hours. And I ain't in Laredo. I'm in Baytown. I'm I don't know, a few hours from Laredo, maybe like 6 hours from Laredo. So, yeah, and unless we can do some creative editing to the logs, we're probably gonna fall a little short. Well, let's walk in the truck stops. I'm gonna spin it around so you'll get the, like, what we call in the filmmaker's world, POV. Walking through the truck stop, smelling like my buttocks. Hello. Feeling like space trade one more time tonight. I'm on a night train. I love that stuff. But here's like the food selections at truck stops, guys. You can get a fajita chicken taco, and these are steps up. I mean, this hadn't always been a thing. Different little burrito, potato, egg and cheese taco. These kind of things, I forget what these are called. There's so many Mexican things rolled up in tortillas, and they all have different names depending upon what they are. And then there's hot dogs. The last few times I've had hot dogs like this, I didn't feel too good, so I don't get them anymore. But McDonald's, whoop. Now I personally, guys, I love these freaking things. If I can go to a thing and put in my order exactly like I want it as soon as I walk up to this thing versus waiting in a freaking line, and maybe I'm gonna get good customer service. I mean, it happens, you know. It's not unheard of in the truck stop. Sometimes it's some of the sweetest people you ever met. But many occasions in these fast food places, it's not impressive at all. Thank you. You are too kind. Thank you. Oh, and in Texas, there's not a mask mandate now is what they say. So I take that liberty. I don't wear one no more. I don't even have it in my pocket. How are you guys doing with the whole mask thing? You know, some people have the attitude, you better do it if you're part of keeping everybody safe. And this, but I don't know. I'm not trying to get my YouTube shut down and canceled. But, you know, if it happens, I guess there could be worse things. I still haven't found a proper place to perch to check upon your comments. You know, I don't have a nice little bench out here like some of the TAs and Petros. There's a lot of fucking birds out here, I'll tell you that. We'll get a shot of a seagull or flying rat or something while we're out here. How long has this been going on? 10 minutes? And we've got, what, 21 of you? 5 of you throwing thumbs up, and are there really 10 thumbs downs? Is it that bad, guys? thumbs downs are doubled over. Let's see, can we make that look pretty? Like that looks glary there, but it's golden, my view of it. You hear that sound so often for you people that don't spend a large portion of your life at truck stops like myself, it seems like. Air brakes, you hear it constantly. Let's see, there we go. I love that golden glow of the evening sky. That is one of the, there are perks to being a truck driver. Yeah, I know I'm joking. I spent my life at a truck stop. That don't sound too awesome. And sometimes it's not. But I do get to see an unusual amount of sunsets and sunrises that most people, they probably don't. I see them all the time. All different types of weather, all different types of landscape, sometimes shimmering off rivers and lakes, and there's mountains in the background. As long as it's from the Carolinas to Texas or Tennessee or Kentucky, I don't really get too far out of those areas. But here is my Volvo, which I don't know, some people call it a Mandela effect. Spin around, iPhone. But that is the Volvo symbol, which I believe, this is female, right? And the other one like a cross or something like that that's hanging down. Some people say that didn't used to be there. Some freaking arrow out the side, but I think it always has because it looks pretty symmetrical with this. But some people think Volvo is just a circle with Volvo in it, not that little female symbol there. Let me know what you think in the comments. And if you don't know what the Mandela effect is, we won't stay on this subject very long. We'll keep moving along. But I've been considering doing a review video on my first Volvo, now that I've been in it a few months now, giving my thoughts. You know, I'm experienced with it now. I even know how to open the hood of this thing, you know. I ain't no rookie no more. Well, let's hop on up in here. We're not gonna do a truck video on this. That would be more of an edited thing because I can make it a lot cooler. You know, this is crazy, but Paradise City, it might be my least favorite song on Appetite for Destruction. Would you please take me home? I'm not saying I don't like Paradise City, but all the other ones, I think I like better. Like Night Train, I know I like Night Train better than Paradise City. And Welcome to the Jungle, are you kidding me? I had veins popping out of my neck when Welcome to the Jungle comes on, because that's freaking adrenaline and it's I don't want to say violence because I don't promote violence, but it kind of gets my juices going. And then it's so easy too, which is not the most respectful song out there, but it's a good one. And My Michelle, remember that one? Rocket Queen. Actually, we've got all of them right here. I know we got some rockers on here. But that little collection of songs right there is the #1 selling debut album of any band in history. This is one of their more popular songs here. Pretty epic guitar intro. I've got this ringtone set for my son. That is good stuff there. All right, so I'm supposed to be checking the comments now, right? All right. I hope my audio is better now that we, I was concerned on that microphone and I did a little test and it was kind of light then too, but I think it's because my lapel mic has been saturated in vape juice. Yeah, it leaks sometimes. There's these bottles I've been using for well over 2 years. It's a soft, wonderful, squeezable material, but I go and get, I've got 2 of them, these same bottles, refilled instead of buying new juice because, you know, this is Trucker's Paradise. They make it especially for me. But sometimes when it, I don't know, it sits, it'll leak a little bit. So I've got like stuff that's a little Is oily the right word? Greasy? No, neither one of those seem right, but they got vape juice on them. Any of you vapors can probably relate. I mean, there's worse things you can get on your hands than vape juice, but I dislike it. Because you can smell it. Don't smell bad, not like a cigarette, but. Alrighty. Boom. Let's check some Ow, my finger is stuck in the, okay, it's unstuck. All right, we got a lot of comments. Big Houston was first on the list, so followed by Boot Hill Brian, Tony Truman, Derek Bowie. We got Butthole Brian, Boot Hill Brian. Derek's saying I got no audio. Now I've got audio. Hello to you too, Kentucky Trucker. Okay, there's some stuff about my sound. I want to hear one saying, Jim, you sound so good. We love it. Elvis is smashing the like button. It'd be pretty cool if a few others of you could as well. Whoa, sweet child of mine. Them tacos make, oh. Getting sick on the road. A lot of you have probably had that happen to you. I have before. This week, as a matter of fact. After heading back east, I stopped at the exit 43, Derek, the one you told me about, the in-laws with their very distinctive Cajun seasoning that's on just about everything that you get from there. And I got me I told them a half pound of crackling, half pound of chicken crackling. After the first scoop, it was like 0.4, something like that. I said, that's good enough. And then I went back to the truck, got back on the road, and started munching on it a little bit. I got into Louisiana. No, I was already in Louisiana. I didn't even make it out of Louisiana. I didn't even make it to Mississippi. I got back to 10. I was off 12. And I just started feeling sick. Like my stomach, like doing all that. And I started getting like hot. I'm like, shit, if they check me for a fever now, I'm gonna fail and they're gonna be quarantining me. Because I was sweating. And I had about 2 hours of clock left for my day then. But I was still over 500 miles because I've been very, very steady, during the work time. And pulled into a Love's, ironically enough. Backed into a parking spot because it was still daylight, it wasn't dark yet. So there's plenty of parking. There's absolutely plenty of parking in Baytown if you're on I-10 needing a place to park. And then this is what I did, guys. I wish I had another angle down here, but I'm like, throwing up right outside my door. And this proceeded to happen a lot, like a lot of times, at least 5 separate times with many, heavings and dry heavings and almost screaming while puking up like stomach bile, that was a pile of it right there at my steps. There was some on my steps. And then, I was feeling horrible. So I'd go back here and lay down, maybe take a little nap. Not the first few times, then I start feeling like I'm spinning again, and I start sweating, and I come here to this driver's seat, open up this door, and puke out of it. Which I know somebody's going to give me a hard time about that. And I'm like, that's some unsanitary bull, lazy shit, Jim. You need to go in there and puke in a toilet and kneel down on somebody else's piss and then wipe the toilet seat up. I did not do that. I puked straight out my door onto the parking lot. And I ended up taking a 13-hour break before I got moving the next morning. I never got out. I didn't do a pre-trip that morning. I checked my air pressure here. I knew I had fuel and stuff, but well, actually, I pulled up and I fueled. But there was something that just made me feel like it was going to make me puke again. Like, I don't know if I'm ever going to eat crackling again, because I was seeing piles of the yellow, half-digested crackling, there at my steps. It smelled so nasty. It churns my stomach now thinking about it. But I didn't even get out the whole time. I just puked out there and I peed in bottles, and thank goodness I didn't have to poop. And then that next morning I fueled up and I got rolling, and I didn't eat a bite of food until 9 o'clock that night. But I feel all right now. I'm not ready to eat crackling again, though, I tell you that. You don't want my love. You want satisfaction? I got your satisfaction. That's coming in the next line. Don't need my love. But yeah, that happened. And it does, like, when I'm sick, like, I hope y'all don't see me because I'll embarrass myself. Especially this puking stuff. It sounds violent. But when you're sick out on the road, well, you just stay your ass in the truck. And my sheets were they were like soaking wet from me sweating whatever that raw undercooked pork, or I'm not sure exactly what it was. I think that was it. Or it could have been something in my water that was not treated with UV light. You know, who knows? But I think it was some, it wasn't coronavirus or anything. I was breathing fine. But I felt pretty shitty. And the next morning was Wednesday. If it would have been Thursday, I probably would have took the day off and watched Justice League all day, because it is a 4-hour movie. And the crazy thing about it is, 4 hours don't go too fast. But at the end of it, I was wanting more. I loved it. I thought it was great, because the first one in 2017 was disappointing. And I spent over $80 going to see that movie, because I had the kids and Chase and got snacks for everybody and everything. It was over $80. And overall, I didn't think it was that good of a movie. I'd started like DC, I'll be a Marvel guy and do stuff like that. But this ain't no review. I won't be giving spoilers. Unless you guys ask me, then I can maybe give you some spoilers. But here's the thing, though. You ain't gonna find Justice League Snyder Cut on your Netflix. And, well, you'll find a lot of videos about it on YouTube. But this is, like, they already made it. It was already made in 2017. There's a lot of story behind it, why it wasn't the movie it was supposed to be when it came out in 2017. There was a change in directors. Instead of Zack Snyder finishing it like he did the other two, they brought in the guy from Marvel, Josh Whedon, that finished it. It just didn't work. It didn't. And there was an uproar, and, well, now we have the Snyder Cut. And they invested an additional $70 million into the re-edit of this. It ain't for the kids. Like, if you got like a little 4-year-old girl, this is not probably the movie to watch with her, because Wonder Woman is a murderer. She only gives it to people that deserve it. If she like blows one guy up early on, and then the like final scene, she ends up like decapitated a guy and his head goes into the like other dimension. It's crazy. It's so epically shot. It's a very cool movie. It's kind of dark. It's adult. It's R-rated. But like Cyborg's character, they go way into detail in him compared to the previous one. And he says fuck the world at one time. I'm like, oh, did I just hear the F-bomb in a superhero movie? That don't usually happen. Dustin said, I only seen Smokey and the Bandit. Come on, man. I know you've seen more movies than Smokey and the Bandit, but I've seen Smokey and the Bandit a few times. This isn't one of my top ideas, and I really do need to start pursuing my passions. But I've got an idea for a remake of Smokey and the Bandit. But instead of Coors, it's marijuana that they're bringing to like South Carolina or Georgia from California or Colorado, something like that. But that could be a pretty cool movie and revisit. And it would be trucker, infused to a certain point, because it'd be a 53-foot. I don't know. What do y'all think? We probably need a reefer trailer to haul reefer, right? That only makes sense. We don't want it to get too hot or too cold, or I don't know. That's not really my business, but it don't have to be. We can just pretend it on TV. Okay, I want to see epic drone footage. You're the best. Thank you. My drone is... You know, when things are out of sight, they're kind of out of mind. And I'm not particular. I mean, I'm thankful to have a truck that, you know, is as cool as this is to work with and make a comma check every week. Don't get me wrong, but there's things I don't like about it. You know, as far as just it being me. It's fine for somebody else that ain't me. But my drone, for instance, it's out of sight. I know y'all can't see it, but it's like down there with my spare shoes. And this table, you know, because I gotta have table, because the only table Volvo thinks you need is that frickin' thing. And then they got, you know, that thing on the wall, but mine's angles off for a little bit, and I don't know, our shop don't really fix things with new trucks. I gotta show you guys this. It's totally my fault, and it's probably always gonna be messed up. I hadn't even mentioned to the shop. I guess I'm kind of prejudging them and pretending I know what their attitude and their response is. But do y'all see that like spoiler looking thing, wind guard, a little aerodynamic aid? If I had the drone, Tony, I could show you, right? Well, it don't look like it's supposed to, it's broke. And the way it got broke is when we had the ice storm down here in Texas, and I had to wait a minute, no, I was up in Kentucky when this happened, but 65 was closed because of snow, and I saw a reroute opportunity. And I took it, and it worked, but it was ice. And tree limbs were lower than they normally are when they don't have ice on them. So I hit a few of them, like more than one. And well, that's what happened to my wind jammer. Yeah. All right, well, we're getting close to the 30-minute mark. So if you got anything to say, you got anything you want me to say, you have any questions, now is your time, people here at the 27 mark. Everybody that's watching this on the replay that's made it this far, all the way to the end of the video, you're putting a smile on my face. Just know it. That's what you did by making it this far. You made me smile. Yeah. So we're going to end it real soon. Switchblade knife. Tell you what, we're gonna stay together while Rocket Queen's playing, okay? I absolutely love the last part of this song, though. Okay. Dallas said that's all he ever used to haul was reefer. Next Gen, what's going on? You are one of my favorite truckers, brother. We got Next Gen coming to you from Savannah. You can follow him on Instagram. And he is a shining example of the ketogenic diet. He was a round bastard just a couple of years ago, and well, he's I don't know if you're there, Next Gen, if you want to drop your numbers, I don't know what it is, but I bet you he's at least down 80 pounds, at least, maybe even a little more. Dallas Morris from, let's see, Cal Cartage, part of NFI family down in Charleston, South Carolina. How are you, Dallas? I hear Lance came and visited you guys a couple of weeks ago. I wish I could have been there. I'm back and forth to Laredo most of the time now. Bright Road Commander with 290 immune to 10-speed Road Ranger. Yeah, Dallas, he was a trucker for over 20 years. He's actually the manager at our Cal Cartage, which I guess why I'm here, guys, for especially any owner-operators around the East Coast area. There's a few places like Charleston, where Dallas is at, is one of them. NFI is looking for owner-operators right now. There is a link in the top line of this description. I mean, you can go to their website and you know, search all the things, but there's a lot. And, you know, some of them are more, you know, location centric. You know, it's not like hire for 48 or anything like that and over the road all the time. These trucking jobs you may like, but if you click on the online application, you know, it even has that like fill it in, you know, stuff that'll help you so it won't take too long, but that'll send it to recruiting. As far as driver referral source, you know, it'd be pretty cool if put Truckerjim or Jim.Davis there, but that's not what's most important. But they are really hot and heavy, and I know they have the intention. I don't know what all has been announced and what's currently in, because I am a company driver, but I think the pay plan may be adjusted because they've got a big need for owner operators, and you know they're gonna do what has to happen to make that work. And also, same thing as far as on this Texas run. So anywhere between Tennessee and Texas, or Texas and the Carolinas, I know those are hot and heavy lanes, but you really have to check with recruiting for everything, because you know, trucking, it changes. But just wanted to throw that out there. Jim Dunn, I mentioned your name at the beginning of this video, Jim. I don't know if you were tuned in, but I'm at that same Loves until we did that live video a couple years ago. Let's jam. Can y'all hear that? Dallas says regionals, home daily, $1.15 plus a couple other things that they add into it. Man, I hope this is coming through. This sounds beautiful here in the Volvo. Does anybody know the last line of Appetite for Destruction, the album? It's coming up. Know that I care. That is the last line of the most epic album. Greatest selling debut album in the history of rock. Guns N' Roses' Appetite for Destruction. But everyone, thanks for tuning in tonight. It is Friday. I hope a lot of you are home and you're having an awesome Friday night. But if you're watching me on YouTube, probably not. I don't know. But I'm gone, and I'll see you in the next video. But y'all be safe out there and keep on trucking.